God is not distant and God is not separate from you. This is indeed what most religions in essence point to. However, the trend of many religions for these past millennia has been quite the opposite, which is that they have directly and indirectly created a sense of separation between the individual and the universal. God doesn't have to be seen as an entity that is somewhere distant, far, far away, but could rather be understood to be an essential substrate for which all experience refers to. This is something all the great masters and mystics of the world have emphasized, namely that you will not find the light of the Supreme in objects and in the material world, but within yourself. The objective world is merely an embellishment to the light that shines from within. Without the inner light, nothing outer can appear. This is a powerful message that focuses on your subjective and direct experience as a human being. In a sense, your experience is profoundly empowered, because it urges you to become more insightful and open to the possibility that the divine is not distant nor different from your essential nature. Perhaps one need not even call it divine. One could simply call it one's own being, existence as it is. The atheist as well as the religious person could participate in this experiential recognition of who or what it is that is within themselves. Perhaps in more secular terms, the statement that God is within should ideally give rise to the fascination of being an aware sentient being. And when doing so, that is, if one is sufficiently thirsty and earnest for true knowledge, gnosis, one should trace back this subjective sense back to its source, God being. True knowledge is beyond the bodily, mental, and emotional aspects of man. It is one's existential and intuitive knowing of oneself and reality. God could in this sense be equated with and as existence. You are existence, and existence is within you. Well, this is maybe an obvious thing you might say. My reply would be yes and no. Why? Well, mainly because the entire societal structure and the dominating paradigm that permeates the majority of human societies is that the world is outside of us, and we are mere action figures inside of it. From a spiritual lens, this simply isn't the case. The world is arising within. Again, the world is first and foremost derived and appears from that which is within. Well, if truth be told, existence, when fully grasped with your Nirvanic eye, is neither within nor without. It is formless and all-pervasive. It's like a formless screen that permeates all existence, and trillions of subjective sentient beings are appearing in it. God's presence could be seen as the screen itself, one totality, indivisible, and when a sentient being comes to this supreme understanding, he is sometimes viewed as an enlightened one, a sage, a Buddha, or a mystic. To say that God is within is truly one of the profoundest statements one can utter, as it automatically shifts your focus to your own subjective reality. That is indeed where all the lasting spiritual truths are found. Spiritual enlightenment isn't something esoteric and complex, not at all. It's rather something that is readily available when a being somewhere in the universe is mature enough to recognize it. The teaching that God is within is one of these nirvanic insights and recognitions that has the power to bring you closer than ever to your own enlightened core. Here are some hand-picked quotations and excerpts from some prominent texts and some of the world's insightful individuals and mystics, quotations that resonate this timeless spiritual truth.